25 years ago, the legislature approved utility deregulation. That created a lightly regulated market for companies to sell their brand of electricity and natural gas to consumers. As sales abuses have piled up, though, lawmakers are now looking at reining in that industry, as Sue Copen reports.
Prince George's County Senator Malcolm Augustine says his bill, Senate Bill 1, is intended to make certain consumers don't pay more than they should for electric or gas.
Right now, there are over 300,000 Maryland families, customers, who get their energy, from retail suppliers. Those retail suppliers are charging those Maryland families in excess of $200 million above what they would otherwise be paying if they just signed up for their energy on a default from the utilities themselves. That's what this bill is about.
The provisions in Augustine's legislation, which has a companion House bill, include creating an energy salesperson license, allowing investor-owned utilities to market their default electric service, referred to as SOS or Standard Offer Service, sets new requirements for electricity supplier contracts, sets new reporting requirements for electric companies, and adds requirements for green power marketing by electricity suppliers. In the Senate this week,
has everyone recorded their vote?
A series of proposed amendments were offered to the bill, including one to ensure that all utility customers could get automatic contract renewals.
Pretty much every kind of service in Maryland that's offered, we have auto renewals for, and you can affirmatively stop it when you're ready to stop it. And this bill right now, as written, would say that basically green retail energy service is about the only service in Maryland you can't auto renew. And so all this would do would simply allow green product customers to give their affirmative consent to be auto renewed, and for no longer, of course, than the original contract length.
But the bill's sponsor argued prohibiting automatic renewals was in the consumer's best interest.
One of the protections that we wanted to make sure that we incorporated into this new green market was that we made sure that individuals would have to, because there's not the price ceiling on it, that they would have to regularly be able to review the pricing that they've got. And a way to do that was to make sure that there were not auto renewals.
Eastern Shore Senator Steve Hershey warned that the legislation would only chase businesses away and drive up the cost of energy.
We do recognize that over the years, yes, there have been some bad players, and that's been identified, and I think that this bill does have some things that will help make sure that doesn't happen anymore. But to completely eliminate the retail suppliers and their ability to compete with the monopolies, again, is just going to cost or drive up electricity costs.
Senator Augustine says the legislation is intended to make sure that consumers are not being taken advantage of.
If the businesses that are driven away were simply out there taking advantage of Marylanders, I'm okay with that. As I said before, if you have a product and you can make money at it and it's less than that default service, we want you here and we want you to do that. That was the underlying premise of this in 1999 when the deregulation occurred. The argument was that this was going to save people money, not that it was going to put extra money into the pockets of big energy companies, which is what it has done. This is what this seeks to fix and remedy, and that's what it plans to do.
In Annapolis, I'm Sue Copen for State Circle.